initially in the early game, then getting set behind an Olaf, especially Olaf's in his current state, is a rough affair. And considering the current form of Humble Life, they have a composition that even if the early game goes alright, right, like say that Koroko Fate get really far ahead, say that Summit picks up a kill or two, they should still have a very comfortable late game plan with this amount of raw team fighting power.
Oh, absolutely. I'm terrified. If this game goes past 35 minutes, I think Humble Life Esports just win by default with the champions that they've picked up. But they do have to get there, and there are a lot of tools in the mid-game for Live Sandbox. And I like that they're playing fast and loose, you know? Like, I feel like this is everyone wearing their Croco hat, trying to join him in his march of the mid-game. And let's see whether they can get it done as we hop onto the Rift here for game number 1.
We do see Arthur with interesting pathing, because he did have to go... Oh, boy. Summit.
God, that passive just does so much damage. Oh, level 2 Gangplank.
At that point on, it's an unfortunate situation. Does get the bounce there as well. And Croco, I don't think you can go for this one, man.
Nope, because Dudu has absolute control of his lane. Croco's still moving on over as Summit, after his teleport, not going to be able to get over here. Fate has the inside track, but there's an Azir coming in as well. And they want to try and fight this one. That's a flash forward from Croco. Spear is going to land, and first blood goes to Summit, and the double buffs. I take it all back. It was genius. Arthur is going to find him moving over here, as he's only level 5, and the bubble is going to connect, so no Ragnarok to get rid of that one. Paddlestar not going to do too much, and I think Arthur was hoping that there wasn't quite enough mana left for that bubble, but had just enough as Croco is going to come on over. Chovy over here as well as a track repel comes in. There's the flash crash down as in goes Chovy, gets the Emperor's Divide. Croco, Primal Surge, keeps himself alive as well, but Vista comes on over, and that's going to be a confirmed kill onto the Olaf. Fantastic work for Humble Life to get Arthur back into this one after the unfortunate death. And this feels like a transition of power for Hanwha, as Effort still not wanting to give this one away, but he's not going to be able to contest the jungler on the Raptor camp, and he will successfully steal that one up. We'll spot the fact that Shelly has been started, but Chovy, without very much priority here in the mid lane, and Effort's just going to roam on through. Ragnarok is there. It's going to get him out of the sleepy trouble bubble as Cannon Barrage comes down as well. No flash, remember, on Effort, and he's just going to be taken down. Last little axe swing, and that will confirm it. Good sidestep, but Arthur is on the wrong side of the map, and he will be taken down. So a 1-for-1 bubble is going to be a little bit short. Shifting Sands gets Chovy out, has to flash to get away from that Void Seeker, and Dudu is also going to pay the price. So Shelly will get started again, and Live Sandbox continue to find advantages. Absolutely flawless execution there. As we have a look at the replay here of the cacophony of a team fight around this Rift Herald.
And here we see that initially this play looks very, very nice, but the priority has been found. Beautiful setup from that wave there. From Rudu comes in from the bot side. Meanwhile, Arthur is caught between a rock and a hard place. The rest of the team can't really find the angle. And with Dudu, like I said, he's not really in a position to get that much done here. Gangplank, yes, in the laning phase he's strong, but in these skirmishes he doesn't really bring that much yet. Looking up beautifully. And a really impressive zone thus far from this team that I don't think we had a lot of expectations from.
Whoa, that is a very aggressive Featherstorm. As in goes the grand entrance. Root's going to burn down with that ignite, but it's not going to quite do enough damage by the looks of things. Let's see whether they can actually do enough damage to it. No, she's going to turn her eye around, and there goes the turret. Oh, bubble lands. Chovy tries to flash out, but he's not going to be able to. Croco happy to go aggressive. Spear not going to connect as Fate flashing on forward with one that he picked up earlier. And Shirley is going to grab a double charge.
Of course, there is a lot of safety involved here. That goes for the 1v1.
Yeah, Blade Call is good as Root is going to have to use that Killer Instinct. Out goes Vista. Battle Dancer's back to death as well. Crashdown's great. Magnet Storm's fantastic as the feathers fly, but they don't do enough. And that's the double kill coming through from Fate. And I think that first in the LCK for damage percent is going to continue.
They get back in the brush, but wouldn't have mattered for this Drake specifically, right? Like, they're not going to be able to pick this up. They are way too far behind in terms of spikes. Croco and Fate are monstrously fed. And you know what's really nice, Atlas, is when you're like, okay,
let's... Croco, here's the sandwich. Ward goes down, teleport comes in. It is going to be a 4 versus 3. Root still making his way over, but has the Killer Instinct available. Good knockup as Chovy comes in. Emperor's Divide is massive effort, trying to flash himself out. Are they too far behind though? As it's a 1-for-1. The Gangplank takes down the Rel, but Rel isn't super important right now as Fate just obliterates Deft. And in this chaos, that's where Live Sandbox thrive.
And Liv Sandbox seem to have done it here. They seem to have broken Hanwha Live, and this from a team that was on such a rough losing streak. And I'd also like to flip it around. I love that the LCK is this chaotic, this split, right? Every team just keeps getting beaten. By the time you think they figured it out, they get beaten again. They get like absolutely demolished, and I think that this is one where you go back into the drafting board next game. Okay, we could not get away with this. We took too many early game bad skirmishes, and with this comp, you're in for a whole lot of pain. Second turret about to fall as well.
Yep, Deft at half health already, does still have the Featherstorm as here's the Desperation engage. They look for Root, who's going to get over the wall, but he's burning down. The last tick will do it from the Ignite. So now no Kai'Sa for Liv Sandbox, and they will back away. Not forced to use his Ragnarok or anything like that. Vista is very low, tries to eat some of the honey fruit as, oh no, Dudu caught out with the bubble. Chovy's going to soak the Paddle Star, and they're just slowly but surely falling down. The quickness goes in, but it's more defensively than offensively as the bubble barely misses Chovy, but they're just trying to get their position. Empress Divide into the backline as Fate's going down so low, but he's got the stopwatch. He's going to be okay. Cannon Barrage trying to keep Dudu in it, and Fate's still raining damage down from everywhere. It's a double kill from the limping Zoe, and a double also through for Summit. They should be able to grab this Elder if they'd like to, but this is definitely game over.
Beautifully played there from Liv Sandbox. The restraint on this team, because we said it, if you do go for an immediate all-out fight, if you try to force it, it might still go alright. Instead, they play it so slow. Summit, Croco and Fate got so much damage done before that fight even began, and you see Hanwha Live just slowly having to see territory
to win as well. As we have a look at some of these damage numbers on the screen, it is a sub 30-minute victory here for Liv Sandbox. Not their fastest so far, but still very good. And as you can see, it's once again Fate doing the majority of the work here for this team. Looking over the other side, it's unfortunate for Arthur, but he wasn't able to get off the ground really. Deft was trying the best that he could. Chovy also had a couple of moments there, but they just really weren't allowed to get online. They were too far behind, and Liv Sandbox just forced them to play at their tempo.
Who is supposed to have the edge there? I'd imagine it'd be the Wukong. If you can get the longer trades, Camille, if you can get the really short trades with Grasp, second Q proc, and your adaptive shield. Chovy, though, it's not as much prio as I would like to see with an Udyr, but as a whole, the Hanwha Life composition is much more well-equipped to fight in the mid-game, and the Liv Sandbox comp is worse, right? Because they have Fate. I like the Fate into the Victor. When Flash is down, Chovy's going to have a really hard time, and you can push Morgan away, you can push Deft away, but for what Liv Sandbox wanted to do, like how they won last game, I don't think it's as good a pick.
No, I agree. The Wukong has been played a little bit over in the LPL as we hop onto the Rift here for the second game of the series. He's currently 1-2 over there, pushed to level 2. Wants to wait until that Conqueror does wear off, as there's the extension of CC. Root already having to flash, and this is what Hanwha Life wanted to do. They wanted to get Brawly. There's the heal on the bottom side. Deft going to answer with his cleanse, as now in goes Effort, gets himself the passive, keeps himself alive for a little bit longer, but they get another flash. That is every single summoner spell out from Liv Sandbox on the bottom side of the map. Fight towards the top side as Croco's moving on in. Morgan losing out. Good dodge there as Arthur's just going to bear slap. Croco's going to dash on over though, and it's not going to be a fight that he can win right away. He'll have to dodge this spear. Croco gets himself the Conqueror, gets underneath the turret. Good sidestep, but Arthur's still so extraordinarily low, burning down. Croco's going to go fishing, and it's going to miss that time around. Oh my goodness, this is so scary. It's like actually fishing for bears in a barrel. Finds the spear as they're going for the dive, as Morgan is able to use that decoy to get himself to relative safety, but it's not enough as they are just under this turret forever. A double kill for Croco. Summit tanks up the turret for him, and once again, this early game is all Liv Sandbox.
Regular split, Croco is disconnected, and a Casper Cup Croco has come in.
Heck yeah.
Absolute devastation here. And I feel like this is kind of hesitation. Because here, Arthur's still going for these trades, right? Thinking that he can win this, but with the immense wave shoving in, Morgan can't really join this play. And Croco is just like, no, I'm not letting up. Like, this wave is going to crash into the turret. And at this point, Arthur, he looks like he's alive, but he's already dead. The fact that they also cleanly execute the kill on Morgan is just like, that's just a cherry on the cake. You're already happy. You already had a nice birthday cake. And then you found out that there's another slice in the fridge. And you're just feeling great. And Liv Sandbox is off to another cracking start here in this game.
And it's another, like, more question marks are popping up over the top of this this Wukong, absolutely. As we're going to have a look at the win rates for the victor in the matchup against Azir. I just think of Kuro versus Faker every single time I see this.
This top side can keep Snowbot. Thank you, Croco. Yes, keep going.
We're fighting absolutely everywhere, as you can see. Grand Entrance is fantastic. Arthur's just going to slowly move towards the bottom lane and not participate in this fight at all. Fate's delivered a kill in the river. In term, don't know whether you have them over in the Netherlands.
Croco?
Flash forward. Croco looking for Chovy. Can he find the spear? The flash out.
If this is the first game, you might be like, you know, it's fine. But we already saw that Liv Sandbox know how to snowball. They know very well.
Well, you've got Samira rotating up here. We're looking for Shirley. Or Shelly, sorry. For Liv Sandbox. They've already got this down very, very low as Morgan's going to go in. Does still have his ulti available. Throws it down. Trying to Cyclone in here. And they do immediately get rid of the Rel. Summit also a little bit out of position. Fate at full health. Looking for the Emperor's Divide. Finds 3, but no kills. An extension of the advantage on this top side, and Morgan for some reason is underneath this turret. This is not safe in any way, and Morgan's now looking for it. He doesn't have Cyclone, remember. He should just be going down as Croco, relatively low, has the Primal Surge as Morgan's burning down to the red buff, but he will be able to walk his way out. Arthur gets in to try and save him, but still, the value's going to be there, right? This is all about getting these plates, as Arthur might just be donating himself over, and he is absolutely doing that. Not sure what he was thinking he could accomplish underneath this turret. Seemed to be the answer so far. As Chovy going to have to flash, and the follow flash is going to be there. Chaos Storm goes down, but Chovy is not escaping this one. That's going to be a free kill over to Fate. They trade flashes, but still, the Azir comes out on top.
Game unrelated, but do you know if there's a Croco fan club that we can sign up for? So,
I'm sure there is one, as Arthur is familiar with this, getting trapped underneath turrets and having absolutely no options. It's going to happen once again here in the mid lane. See whether this dive is going to work, as he made it into the brush actually. Is this going to be the answer? As there he is. Okay, Summit going to get knocked up. The spinning from everyone. Summit will be taken down by the Samira, but immediately the double kill comes through because Fate turns up and sweeps the floor with them. And it feels more perfect than it is because that stat's pretty ridiculous. Here's the team fight though. Chaos Storm trying to get some value. Some knockups are there, but they're way too far behind. Summit's burning down. In goes Morgan, but the Emperor's Divide was still there. Fate's going to be absolutely fine. Spear's still raining through.
That type of play looks really bad, as Summit might get caught.
Yeah, there's the Grand Entrance. Actually, great answer to the hook shot. Really liked that one. We'll see whether Summit does go down. It looks like he will, as the Inferno trigger is going to be enough. Shirley's going to be traded.
Kill in the grand scheme of things, besides that one shot down. Be careful, though.
Yeah, there's the quickness. Could this be the start of something? Chronicler, that's my question. Def just got 2 kills. Yeah, you can see Effort just staying stalwart out towards that backside, as there's the Grand Entrance. Crash down, going to try and get Effort out to safety. Chaos Storm doing a lot of damage right now as Summit's trying to keep them busy for the moment. Effort almost just dies straight up to that one as in goes Morgan, gets swept out as now Summit looks for the backline, but he gets obliterated. 1 versus 5. Not sure whether I would have taken those odds if it was me, and yet another kill. Actually augmenting them quite nicely given the amount of damage that is on this team, is Croco not going to be able to take away that red buff, and he's also just going to die for it. Goes Golden to see his death, as Death is looking to see whether he can lock down this kill. Root from over the wall, trying to do what he can, but the pounce didn't quite work there.
The more items they get, the easier it gets. The Summit is caught.
Oh no. Summit going to be taking a fair bit of damage. There's the Cyclone as Chovy just throws down the Chaos Storm. And yeah, Summit can press as many buttons as he likes.
That is what made it really work, right? Like, they committed to these calls. And now they're just playing it so much slower.
Well, Vista's just going to dive on in. He has the quickness to get himself out. Goes Golden to keep himself alive. Should be able to survive right now, but he's out of the fight. Not exactly consequential as Summit looking for this one. Morgan is going to go into his decoy, but look at the amount of damage that does come out. The kill
That's
from the Azir, his AoE is just massive as Root's trying to dive on out. Chovy has to flash to get himself out of the way. The tactical sweep is fantastic from Summit, but Chovy's just trying to kite. Manages to take down the Camille's. Now Croco doesn't find the spear. Chovy, how is he still alive for so long? The fire will take him down from the red buff.
He gets caught on a ward. He gets spotted there, and that means that this might very well be the finish. Liv Sandbox possible looking at a 2-0 here, Atlas.
Yep, this is getting ignored as they take down the second Nexus turret. I'm going to be denied my 3 games as Morgan trying to get on in here, but the Nexus is the focus. Root's going to get there.
Performance here from Liv Sandbox, and
oh,
man,
I don't know. I feel like he's a martyr in this particular game.
Actually,
doing so much damage.
Oh, that's another. Here we see another example of Pioshik's law. Tell everyone, if you're in the LCK and you're not Pioshik, don't prioritize Udyr. Please do not. It just doesn't work. It keeps happening. Deft also having some heroic efforts, right? Like getting a little bit gold left and right, making the plays, but I think against a comp like this that gets this fat this early, that's just nothing you can do.
Absolutely not. And also, you saw that the bottom lane was irrelevant on both sides, basically. I mean, Deft was trying to pick up whatever he could, but I mean, that's 4.8k. That's almost the same damage as the useless Udyr on the side of Hammerlife Esports. Like,